LPT Request. How do I become a more chilled out driver, especially when passengers are with me? I'm a quiet, soft-spoken person for the most part. I've only just recently passed my driving test, and being on the road turns me into a person I don't myself like: anxious, easily startled and aggressive and perpetually complaining. I don't drive irresponsibly by any means, but get very annoyed because I still feel very intimidated on roads, especially around other impatient drivers who constantly tailgate on unfamiliar, windy country roads that are absolutely not safe to drive at the speed limit. My behavior and demeanor affects my partner the most, who keeps asking me to regulate my emotions as it makes him very anxious as a passenger. I completely understand that, and I might be able to reel it in for the next couple of journeys before regressing into my moaner self. Has anyone been able to actively work on changing this? I assume every wild driver is racing to the bathroom. Take it, buddy. You need this more than I do. Honestly, maybe you just need more time practice driving to get more comfortable. And sounds like you should practice on your own without also worrying about what the company in the car is thinking. Wouldn't be unusual, as another reply suggested that you might also be just not driving very predictably yet, which can cause other drivers to make more aggressive moves. Once you get more comfortable, that'd smooth out. There's a guy called Ogmios who makes videos about Zen driving. I know he has TikTok. Also a show on BBC. But I DK about YouTube. I always try and channel him in my mind. Just pretend like every aggressive driver needs to poop really bad and is trying to get to a toilet. A.S.A.P. I'm a pretty chill guy. But if I leave late and don't have a minute of wiggle room to get where I'm going on time, I'm 100 times more anxious. Give yourself time so every little slowdown doesn't matter and jangle your nerves. But I put on an audiobook and enjoy the drive, assuming traffic is going to make my commute an hour. When I get to my destination, I might chill in the car till that chapter is done. If you hate tailgaters, stay in the right lane. Avoid the passing lane. And in your head, don't morally police all the bad drivers. It won't change their driving and will just make you anxious. I just remind myself, nothing matters except getting home alive. You might hit traffic. You might be late. You might encounter bad conditions, but you have one goal: to get home alive. You are driving a 2,000 pounds killing machine. Get home alive. Nothing else matters. It helps me slow down, and so no big deal. I can chill out and focus on the one goal. Everything is a choice. Even the things you think you can't stop yourself from doing. If you're not strong enough to stop, then feel for the tension point where you make the choice to do the wrong thing. Then work towards delaying giving in. Then work towards not doing the thing. I don't drive irresponsibly by any means, but get very annoyed because I still feel very intimidated on roads, especially around other impatient drivers who constantly tailgate on unfamiliar, windy country roads. Are you driving too slow? With too little self-confidence? Then I would say a training defensive driving is not needed. I would say the opposite, a training driving with confidence. In traffic, you must go with the flow, not much faster, but also not much slower. Imagine that you are a hired limo driver. You are responsible for getting the car and its very important passengers, yourself included, safely to the destination without frightening them or giving any cause for alarm. What helped me become super chill while driving is applying the stoic mindset to it all. You can't control what other people do. Having that go through my head like a mantra while driving has helped me go from 0-100 chill level. Of course, I slip sometimes when someone does something really dangerously stupid. But for the most part, I have no reaction to other drivers now. One thing that helped me when I was young is driving Granny around or driving as if Granny was shotgun when she wasn't. When someone tailgates me, I spray my windshield wipers. If they're close enough, the fluid will hit their windshield. It's extra amusing when this happens during the day and you can see their reactions. Perhaps add this to your driving toolkit and you'll turn anger into laughter. Girl. IDK. My partner has just accepted the verbal abuse that spills from my mouth while I drive and I'm always the driver. Tell your partner to stare at their phone or read a book. Don't change lol. Hey. If you're driving, you do whatever makes you comfortable. It's about safety. If your partner isn't comfortable with your performance, there are options. They can drive, or you can let them out to find their own way. Your anxiety will lessen with practice, but you won't quickly stop resenting the people who made it harder for you. Oftentimes, a quick cut me some slack, I'm doing my best, works. Because we all suck. We just forget how much we suck when we watch someone else suck and have to be reminded. Good luck. Watch fatal car accidents online. A lot of them don't look that bad. You'll get humbled real quick looking at the torn up bodies. Watching a man burn to death because he can't punch out his back window and all his doors got tweaked in the accident. Shit is not a joke when you've got 4 tons of steel between 2 vehicles. Best driving advice I ever got was good drivers miss their turns sometimes. Bad drivers never do. And it's more important to be predictable than polite. People die every single day driving country roads that are absolutely not safe to drive at the speed limit. You know, speed limits aren't just made up, right? They're in place based on engineers' recommendations of what a safe speed for the road is. If you find the speed limit to not be safe, you shouldn't be driving there. Do some drugs before departure. Drive a little under the speed limit. Helps to chill you out. Leave the car at home, duh. Well, all you've gotta do is just stop being such a little bitch and be a normal fucking person. Loser. Weed. I swear to God, no experienced smoker needs to be concerned about driving while high. You won't be remotely impaired, and even if you got pulled over, the cops wouldn't be able to tell, or at least prove it. The fact that people aren't already all high on the road blows my mind. Road rage is gone. The urge to charge that yellow light is gone. Guy wants to get in my lane? No problem, buddy. Here's some room for you. Have a lovely day. Do not leave with exactly as much time as the trip will take if you need to be somewhere on time. If you don't, then don't hurry. It will only cause frustration at the slightest bit of brakes you will have to use. And if someone has a go at you, just say sorry. Even if it was their fault. Just de-escalate the situation. And keep in mind that you will almost certainly never see that same person again. Make it a game to spot idiots. Oh, look, another one, and remember, only idiots get started by idiots. Real chaos or above that all. Real answer is play Riaj music while you're driving. My rule of the road is morons rush to the front, but we all get there about the same time. Like boarding an airplane. Nobody gets 3 quicker just because they ran from the gate to the plane. Think of yourself as part of the flow of traffic and a facilitator of its smooth running rather than an individual trying to gain 5 seconds here or there by cutting people or accelerating like an idiot to brake hard at the next car traffic light. Leave 5 minutes earlier. Practice leaving at least 3 seconds following distance from the car in front of you. I drive 1,000 miles a week as a commute. I'd be dead of an aneurysm by now if I drove like I did in my 20s. So I would say that who gives a shit about chill driving, tbh. The most important driving is safe defensive driving.